So I set up the FBI early warning system. A month later, the computer in the early warning system was tripped. And I thought, I gotta leave these guys a gift. So I go to Winchell's Donut House. I purchase a dozen donuts. And with a Sharpie, I write FBI donuts on the box. And I put it in the refrigerator. 6 a.m. the next morning, I hear a jiggling of my lock on my front door. And I jump out of bed. FBI open up. They walked into my apartment. They did find the donuts. And they were not happy.
Would you risk going to jail for doing this?
I played cat and mouse with the FBI.
Times Marvel actors went totally off script. In the Loki series, Loki throwing his drink on the floor and shouting was completely improvised by Tom Hiddleston, making fun of his brother's improvised line in the Thor movie. In Iron Man 2, Tony laughs after saying,
"Give me a fat beat to beat my biceps."
He was actually never meant to laugh, but he found the line too funny not to. In TASM 2, after Peter weds Gwen's hand to the car, she shouts, and then instantly covers her mouth. This is because her shouting Spidey's real name wasn't in the script. At the end of the Avengers movie, Tony says,
"You ever tried shawarma?"
This wasn't in the script, but the directors changed the end credits scene to fit with it. In Shang-Chi, almost everything Clef said while live streaming the bus fight scene was improvised. In Black Panther, Shuri and T'Challa do a secret handshake. This wasn't in the script and was actually just something they regularly did on set. In Avengers Endgame, while Tony was ranting, he went off script and smashed a bowl against the table, which almost made War Machine break character. In the Hawkeye series, Kate Bishop throwing a hot sauce bottle at Yelena was actually completely improvised by the actor. Times Marvel actors went totally off script. In the Loki series, Loki throwing his drink on the floor and shouting,
Under the bridge downtown is where I drew some blood. Under the bridge downtown, I could not get enough. Under the bridge downtown, I forgot about my left. Oh, excuse me. Under the bridge downtown is where I drew some blood. Under the bridge downtown, I could not get enough. Under the bridge downtown, I forgot about my love. Alright, let's check this out. So, greetings from the first Berserker Khazan. We would like to inform you about the changes coming with the April 4 patch. Please check the details below. Steam version 496652, PlayStation 5 version 01.003.034, Xbox Series XS version 1.1.3.34. Update contents, balance adjustments, UI improvements, system changes, quality of life enhancements, error fixes, balance adjustments, gear, level of acquired gear. The level of gear which can be acquired through shop and craft will now be based on accumulated experience and lacrima rather than character level. Character level reset will no longer affect the gear level available in shop or craft, allowing the usage of gear to match overall progression. Bard set effects. Fix an issue where high grade item drop rate stats for the Bard set were not properly applied to epic and legendary items in New Game Plus. Gear health recovery options. Fixed an issue where brutal attack health recovery option was not applied when using brutal attack execution or brutal attack descent skills. I did notice that. Fixed an issue where enemy defeated health recovery option was not triggered when defeating enemies with brutal attack execution. Alright, monster. Adjustments to monster weak point stats in multiple playthroughs. Fix an issue where monster shatter durability and stamina recovery speed was not applied normally in New Game Plus. Mission improved an issue where certain level ranges excluding boss battles may cause frustrating, overly exhausting experience rather than challenging. No! Main missions. Mission 7, Naden. Mission 9, Lennon Mine. Mission 10, Lake City Out. No! No, 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 no! 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 Fuck no! 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 They did not nerf him. No! They better not have. No. If they fucking nerfed him, I'm gonna be mad. Sequence output priority. NPC conversation will now be available even during real-time sequence output for more natural and immersive gameplay experience. Real-time sequences will no longer be displayed during NPC conversation. Change attributes. Improve the order of attributes available for change so that expected results changeable attributes. Start at the top. Yellow, white, gray. The number of owned augment of wisdom will now be Dafrona and alert will not be displayed. Fix an issue where Dafrona's voice did not play during Soulstone Unleash. Improved NPC dialogue, so that's... I did notice fix an issue where selected option would reset during conversation with NPC. I did notice that, but not during the conversation. Like if I came back, it would be like I never talked to him. Okay, I don't have a 3D player. Well, let's go see. If they nerfed him, I'm gonna be so pissed, dude. Because I've spent days on this guy. Oh no. Oh, I fucked up. Damn it. Damn. Okay, good. So they didn't nerf him. Good. I don't want him to be easier. I want him to stay the same because when I beat his ass into the ground, I want to be like, yeah, give me your best shot. Even though he has been whipping my ass, dude, all over the place. Damn it! Damn it! You piece of shit. Get some, homie! Bow! What's up, son? Get it! Come on! No! Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh shit. I misread that. Oh damn it. Come on, baby! Oh, yeah, get the swords out. Get the swords out. Come on. No! Eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a dick. Alright, come on with your healing. Oh, damn it. Yeah, pull out the sword. We knew you were going to, like the bitch you are. Come on. Dude! Just fucking... Fuck! Dude! Come on! Brought his swords out. Fuck! Dude. This guy is like the fucking Ishin fight, man. Oh my god. How the hell did I miss that? I missed that second block too, dude. I'm sorry, but if I mess up that early in the fight, it's not going to be good for the rest of the fight. Like, this first part needs to be flawless. All right, let's go. Oh my God. Dude! Mother... Dude! Are you fucking serious, man? Of course. Oh my god, dude. Dude! Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh my god, dude. Are you really, dude? Oh, dude! That was it. Fuck, man, that healing, dude. Dude! Oh my god, dude! No! Fuck, dude. Every time I get him down, he just heals. Every single time, dude. As soon as I get him down, he just goes and heals. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? Because I've tried to hit him with the javelin. I've tried to hit him. Dude. With the fucking healing already, dude. Dude. Dude, I don't know, man. Because every time I get him down, he does that thing where he stomps and he starts healing. And I've tried to use elemental damage on him. I've tried to hit him with the javelin. I've tried to use like special abilities on him, and he charges his health through it. Oh my god! What? Dude! There we go. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. We got this. We got this. Yep. Oh my God. Again, dude. Come on, baby. Yep, bring your sword out. Let's do this. Oh my God. Dude, no! That was it. Nope, I'm not gonna get it. Dude! What? Dude! Bro! They need to fucking fix that, dude. My javelins are going right through him. Bro, like they don't even exist. What, dude? Give me 1 minute, Happy. Sorry, hold on. Oh my god, dude. Sit down. Sit down! Sit down! Ugh!
Khazan.
That's a hard shift, Happy. I'm not gonna lie, that's a hard shift. That's the swing shift, dude. That's a hard shift. Because it's like you spend all morning long waiting to go to work, and then at night, it's like you don't know what to do with yourself. I worked that shift for a long time, dude. I give you credit for working that shift. That's a really hard shift to work.
魂が消えることは不可能なのだ。死者の魂は冥界に回帰する。それは絶対の断りだ。巡り巡る魂の流れ。
Honestly, bro, that was a fun-ass fight. I know that I seem really frustrated, but I'm not gonna lie, that was a fun fight, dude, because it forced me to learn him. You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing that I could do outside of learning his technique, his moves, his power stancing, all that stuff, dude. That right there was probably one of the funnest fights I ever had in a video game. No joke. I'm not saying that this is the greatest game I've ever played, but that right there was one of the funnest boss fights I've ever had. It was challenging enough to where it made me use my brain, and at the end of it, I got that rush like, yes, I conquered this. What's up, baby girl? What's up, Pudding Pop?
昔はみんなを見て
何か心当たりでもあるのか。
エルラバか。そうです。あそこに出入りするようになってからです。
エルラバカに向かい、混沌のエルラバカに行く道も。
はい、そう遠くないところ。
Bro, my hands are sore. I mean, they're sore just because I just punched a fucking steel door, but dude, they're sore from being bent like this for like 2 days. Bro, this game is so fucking sick. Whoa, what's back here? Indeed you did, Happy. Indeed you did. Okay, I like that stamina recovery. Let's start leveling him up. I'm going to go to the crevice really quick. Bing, bing, bing. This game... So, okay, I kind of want to break down this game and talk about this game for a second. Those of you guys that are Soulsborne people, right? You're not, okay. If you're like me, don't think of this game. Oh my God. Okay. Hold on a sec. God damn it. Okay, there we go. The issue with Souls-likes is that people go into them expecting them to be exactly like a Soulsborne game, right? And that's not the case. Like, let's break down a lot of very popular Souls-likes. You know, we have Lies of P, Thymesia, Neo 1 and 2, Wolong, Mortal Shell. You know what I mean? Jedi Fallen Order, Khazan. Wukong is like a Souls-like mixed with an action hack and slash. It's like God of War meets Sekiro. You know what I mean? It's like a very fine line between the two. I wouldn't say it's 100% a Souls-like. I would say it has Souls-like elements. But the thing with Souls-like games is that I've noticed a lot of people lose interest in them because it's not Elden Ring 2.0 or it's not Bloodborne 2.0. You know what I mean? Lies of P was a very big, very popular game. But a lot of people were trying to hate on it. Look at this piece of shit Dollar Tree Bloodborne and blah, 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 blah. And the issue with that is people are going to complain no matter what. People are going to complain, oh, okay, well, it's too much like Elden Ring. Or it's too much like Sekiro. Or it's too much like Bloodborne. Or it's not enough like Dark Souls. It's not enough like Demon Souls. It's not enough like Elden Ring. People are always going to be disappointed. So when you go into these kind of games, don't go in, like, forget other people's bullshit. You know what I mean? Kick that shit at the gate. Go in with an unbiased attitude towards the game. Because that was my issue with games. I had a very hard time with Mortal Shell because I was expecting it to be like Dark Souls. You know what I mean? Same thing with Lords of the Fallen. I got so much hate for playing Lords of the Fallen because people were like, wouldn't you just rather play Dark Souls? I mean, I've already played through Dark Souls 4 or 5 times. I want a new experience, you know what I mean? And I'm not getting that right now from Software. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not opposed to watching the same movie or reading the same book again, but I want to add some variety. You know, and a lot of people go in... Lords of the Fallen is a perfect example of this. Well, it's just a cheap knockoff Dark Souls 2. Your point? You know what I mean? It's not Dark Souls 2. That's the point, is that it's its own thing. You know what I mean? Like, these are their own thing. These are visions of people who are heavily inspired by the Soulsborne series as well as other stuff. You know what I mean? Even Soulsborne games. Soulsborne games, I'm going to segue into something new I got today. Soulsborne games are heavily influenced by Castlevania. And other games like Metroid and Ghosts and Ghoul and Ghosts and Goblins and Kingsfield and all these other things. Dark Souls is pretty much, you know, Kingsfield meets Castlevania. That's Dark Souls in a nutshell. 3D versions of Castlevania with more magic and more weapons and the ability to go PvP and co-op. You know what I mean? So, I mean, granted, it's on a larger scale, but the point of these games is that it's supposed to pay homage as well as tell a new story. And people go in going, I want Dark Souls 15. I don't. I like stuff like this. And I had a hard time with Souls-likes in the very beginning because I was listening to people and their bullshit on the internet. You know what I mean? Well, you know, it'll never be Dark Souls. No shit. Nothing will ever... Dark Souls is a one-of-a-kind experience that you will never experience again. You may have that same level of feeling, but you will never experience another game the same way that you experienced your first Soulsborne game. You know, if you're a Soulsborne player. You know what I mean? And those of you that are huge Soulsborne fans know that feeling that I'm talking about. That moment where you're in your first Soulsborne games and it just clicked and you were obsessed. You know what I mean? You may feel great about other games. You may even feel more excited about a different game. But there's a certain feeling that these Soulsborne games give you when it clicks in your head and you go, oh, I get it now. And then you start cruising through the game. You know what I mean? And when you play games like this, it's an interesting take because is it a Souls-like? Yeah, it's got a lot of Souls-like elements. You can tell that it's heavily inspired by the Souls-like series. But you can also feel like the hack and slash element. You know, you can feel like the simplicity of like a simpler time. You know, a callback to like the old games of like Nintendo and stuff like that. When you didn't have 480 weapons to choose from. It was like, you know, what's that? Golden Axe. I don't know if anybody here is old enough to remember Golden Axe, bro, but you had 3 characters. You had a dwarf with an axe, you had a big buff blonde guy, and you had a chick that a big buff blonde guy that had a sword, and you had like a chick that could like throw shit and cast magic. That was it. You know what I mean? And this right here is like you can see, you can feel like the people that created this game, you can tell that they've played Golden Axe at some point in time in their life. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up Neo Geo or like early 90s arcade hack and slash. You know, like Streets of Rage and shit like that. Double Dragon. You know, you can definitely feel the inspiration from those games. And I like that. I like seeing somebody's vision of a Souls-like from a different perspective. You know what I mean? That's why I loved games like Fallen Order. That's why I loved games like Mortal Shell. That's why I loved games like Lies of P and Lords of the Fallen. You know, even the new Armored Core had some Souls-like elements to it. I'm not going to say it's a Souls-like. It definitely is not. But you can definitely tell there were some things that were kind of Souls-like. You know what I mean? Dude, like, there are so many people complaining on the internet these days. I feel like every time I turn on the internet, it's this sucks, that sucks, this is garbage, that's a hot mess, this is a pile of shit. It's like, why are you on the internet then? If everything sucks, shut the fuck up and go do something else with your life, dude. I see so many videos, and the sad thing is I agree with a lot of the things that these people are saying. But it's like, why would you waste the time to hop on the internet and fucking speak about that shit? Like, that was one thing that I really agreed with Fighting Cowboy on. Like, if you don't like it, shut the fuck up and move on, bro. Seriously. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and cry about it. And why did I get so mad? But it's just like, life is way too short to just like be on the internet and be like, fuck this fucking game and the fucking people that play this stupid fucking game. I'm gonna show them. Like, bro, come on, dude. You know what I mean? Like a few months ago, there was a point in time where I was like, man, there ain't nothing really good coming out right now. Like, I don't really have the interest to play anything. And that's why I started playing some older games like Shadow of Mordor and stuff. Because I was like, man, I feel like the current selection of video games is just not that great. You know what I mean? And like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not into all the woke shit. I'm not into all the identity propaganda and all that. I'm not into that. I don't want my sons or my daughter playing games where like sexuality is like forced down their throat, dude. you know, it kind of bugs me a little bit, because that, to me, that's an adult thing. But it's different than, say, things like fighting and all that other stuff, because fighting is something that we're kind of like predispositioned from birth with, you know what I mean? And sex isn't something that really creeps into your life until you start hitting puberty and all that. And I have this weird thing about introducing sexual material to prepubescent children is like a serious mind screw. But, you know, at the same time, it's like, I can only handle so much negativity. What's up, Dom? I can really only handle so much negativity before I'm like, you know what? Like, I agree with these people, but I want to have fun right now. And everything that I'm looking at on the internet is, this game sucks. I'm irritated. I'm super pissed off. I'm seeing so many people whine and bitch about the Nintendo Switch 2 right now. I swear to God, dude, like 90% of the shit that I see about the Nintendo Switch 2 is, I'm not buying the Nintendo Switch 2. Shh. And I got into an argument today with a guy, and this is my fault because I let him get under my skin. I got into an argument with a guy today because he said cars are a necessity. And I was like, for survival. And I was like, no, cars are a luxury. Vehicles, motorized vehicles are a luxury. You don't need them to survive. And he was like, yes, you do. And I was like, no, you don't. You do not need vehicles for society to survive. Do they raise the quality of life? Yes, but they're not necessary. Cars have only been around for like 100 years. And he was like, well, we've evolved to need them. Motherfucker, I didn't grow flippers overnight, dude. I lived without a car. Dude, I didn't like start driving until I was 25. And I had at one point in time, I was working 3 jobs at the same time. So don't sit there and tell me that cars are necessary for survival, because the Amish have been surviving for like 500 years without the advent of anything electrical. Battery life is what I see. See, I haven't seen anything about battery life. The biggest thing I see people bitching about is there is no major quality of life improvements, that there's a lot of useless tech on the device, and that games are $80 to $90. But see, that's the thing, is this person in their head legitimately thought, because we were talking about people owning cars at first, because I was like, if you don't want a Nintendo Switch game for $80, don't buy it. But why would you waste the time to hop on the internet and be like, I disapprove of this? Who gives a shit? Don't fucking buy the game then. Don't. Because Nintendo's been around for 150 years. I don't really think they give a fuck what you think. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're a lot smarter about business than you are. Somebody who works part-time over at fucking McDonald's versus a multi-billion-dollar corporation that's been around for damn near 200 fucking years. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that they'll make mistakes, but if I'm going to take business advice from somebody, it certainly isn't going to be from the fucking 40-year-old McDonald part-timer. You know what I mean? And I'm not insulting people that work at McDonald's. McDonald's is a very fucking hard job. I give all the credit in the world to people who work at fast food restaurants, because the level of patience that is required to work at a place like that is astronomical. But at the same time, it's like, bro, if you don't like it, just don't buy it. You don't, like, there's no need for you to hop on the internet and throw a temper tantrum because you don't agree with their price point. I don't understand that. Why would you waste the time doing that? Like, why are people like this? And it scares me because I see this all around me in society. Like, people would rather sit there on their phone and argue with somebody for 4 hours than go on a date with their old lady, or go spend time with their kids, or go pick up a side hustle and make a couple extra $100. This motherfucker would rather sit on the internet with me and argue and waste his free time arguing with me. Like, me and my coworkers thought it was funny. At one point in time, I just started trolling the guy. And you could tell he was starting to get pissed because he was misspelling shit left and right, and he could not control my behavior. And he was like, well, fire trucks are a necessity. And I was like, no, they're not. How the fuck do fire trucks prevent the downfall of society? They don't. There are people in Nepal that don't even know what the fuck a fire truck is. There are people in Budapest that have never even seen a picture of a car, let alone a hospital or a bulldozer or a full-on PhD doctor. You know what I mean? Like, these people don't know what the fuck that shit is, and they survive just fine. Well, that's just a small portion of people. It's like 5 billion people. What the fuck are you talking about? The amount of people that drive cars on the planet is like 7%. There's only like 100 million cars on the planet, dude. There are like close to 9 billion people on the planet. There are not that many cars compared to the population that is on this earth. But cars, we need cars. We need cars to get to work. We need cars to go see our loved ones. No, you don't. Bicycles have been around for 500 years. You know what I mean? You don't need that job. And I stated, yes, all of these things raise the quality of life. I'm not denying that. But they are not necessary for basic survival. People can grow their own food. You can literally right now walk out into the woods and just disappear. Build a fort, trap animals, build a fence, domesticate fucking some animals, you know, grow a garden and just live. You know what I mean? No car, no hospital, no doctors, no librarians, no schools, nothing. And that's what I was trying to convey to this guy, but no, Nintendos are needed for survival. Like, he was dead serious, bro, and I could not believe it. You see, that's what I'm saying, Dom. There are hundreds of millions of people just like you all around the world. I told this guy, bro, go to San Francisco. Go to San Francisco, and the amount of people that ride their bikes to work is astronomical. Like, these people are vehemently against motorized vehicles, period. They're against electrical vehicles because of the battery and the amount of acid that's in a battery and the lithium that needs to get mined for the batteries. They are against fossil fueled cars because of the destruction on the environment, and they will not participate in the part of society that has to do with anything related to motor vehicles. You know what I mean? And there's millions of them. It's not just like a handful of people, bro. Like, damn near that fucking, like, 3/4 of that city is people riding bikes around. And there's like 25 million people in San Francisco. LA is the same way. LA, there's like 22 million people. And like 14 million of those people drive fucking bicycles and ride buses and trains and shit. They don't operate with motor vehicles. And this guy was like, bro, you keep naming like these small examples and you just don't and I was like, I can survive without a car just fine. My kids can grow their own food. They can raise their own animals. So, my older boys can do small home repair. Like, my kids know how to survive without that shit because I've taught them. And he's like, you don't know shit. You don't know anything. And I was like, oh, dude, this is society, bro. This is the internet. This is people like Assassin's Creed Shadow. I'm going to talk about this for a second. The game isn't as bad as all these fucking people on the internet are saying. Like, I get their points. I get their understanding. I understand their frustration. But the game still has a lot of fun elements to it. But people go on the internet and they listen to some dipshit with a microphone talk and they refuse to even play the game, which I respect. Fine, you know, that's your right. You can do that. But don't judge it until you've played it. You know what I mean? Like, you hear people talk about it all day long. Oh, that game fucking sucks. It's ass. It's garbage. Well, oh, you played it? No. No, I refuse to play it. How the fuck do you know then? Oh, you're just going based off of some dude on the internet? Like, you've never even seen the gameplay? Like, come on. And I'll be the first to admit, dude, like, there are a lot of cool things that I liked about that game. These modern day Assassin's Creeds really aren't built for people like me. There's too much monotony. There's too much repetition that goes in with these games for me to stay immersed in it. It's like, go to this area, kill all the people, get the chest. Go to this area, kill all the people, get the chest. Go to this area, kill all the people, get the chest. Go to this area, kill all the people, get the chest. And I can't really do that. I'm not built for stuff like that. Like, I need a fulfilling story, not just something to grind out every day like it's a part-time job. And I'm not knocking the people that play those games. I understand that sometimes some people just want some junk food, so they play games like Assassin's Creed and all that. You know, a Western bacon double cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. is good once in a while, but every day it would make me fucking sick to my stomach. And that's what I mean. Like, people are tearing this game down without knowing anything about it, without any firsthand experience. And it's like, you don't have any information on this subject except what you've heard second and third hand. Yet here you are on the internet just running your mouth like you witnessed everything, like you were there. You know what I mean? It reminds me of 15 years ago, I got in trouble for doing something. I was protecting my family. Basically, a drunken man under the influence of several different illegal substances assaulted my pregnant wife and my 2 older kids. I did what I had to do to protect them, and I got in trouble for it, okay? Like a year later, I started hearing rumors. There were only 2 other people there that night. One of them died like 6 months later of a heart attack, and the other one moved to San Antonio, Texas. Okay, so there were no other witnesses. There were no other witnesses. Nobody else was there. Okay? All of a sudden, I hear these rumors. Oh, that's that guy that did that thing because he caught this guy banging his wife in this room. You know what I mean? Like, they're sitting there eating popcorn, watching a movie, like they witnessed the whole thing. And it's like, no. The dude was assaulting my 3-year-old daughter, my 1-year-old son, and my pregnant wife. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, yeah, dude, and these people will say, oh, I was there. I saw the whole thing. No, you were not. No, you were not. There were only 2 witnesses that came on my behalf that night. One of them died of a heart attack 6 months later, and the other one moved across the country. No, the fuck you were not. And that's the same shit that people are doing on the internet, dude. They're not gaining the experience firsthand, and it's just negativity, bro. And it gets old. It gets so old so fast, dude. Like, I want to be entertained. I want to feel happy. I don't want to open up my phone and it's just, this sucks. That's garbage. This is a hot mess. Screw these people. That person's a dumbass, bro, because you are what you eat, dude. And if you're intaking all this crap, you just become this bitter, nasty person. And I don't care what you say. If that's what you consume mentally all day long, that's eventually what you become. And there's no way you can convince me otherwise, because I see it happen all the time. I watch people, whether it's something political or it's something scientific or it's just like gossip. Like, people get sucked into that shit, and then all of a sudden they become it. And then, you know, if God forbid it ever gets turned on them, oh no. And you know what? To be honest, I don't even give a shit. If Khazan didn't just come out, and AI Limit didn't just come out, and Atomfall didn't just come out, and Claire Obscura wasn't right about to come out with Days Gone Remastered, followed very closely by Doom the Dark Ages, and I wasn't trying to finish my Lies of P Platinum, I would probably be playing Assassin's Creed Shadow right now, because in all honesty, it's not that bad of a game. It really isn't. There's a lot of things about it that I don't like. There's a lot of things about the company that they did that I don't like. But that doesn't mean that you can't just have fun being a samurai, a chick samurai going around chopping dudes' heads off. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the end of the world, bro. It's not E.T. on the Atari. It's not killing the gaming industry. And the bottom line is, truly, if you don't like it, just don't buy it. I just don't understand the need to make negative video after negative video after negative video I never see these people put out positive content. And like I said, there are a lot of things that a lot of these people say that I'm right along with them. I have the same ideologies. But I'm not going to sit there and just like mull over it. You know what I mean? Like, why? I've got better things to do. I've got more important shit to do. I want to sit here and chat with you guys. I want to hang out with my kids. I want to, go on a date with my wife. I want to watch my son walk for the first time. You know what I mean? I want to talk to my aunt and uncle while I still have the opportunity to talk to my aunt and uncle. Something I wish I would have done with my grandma. Why would I waste that time making content like this shit sucks? It's so garbage. Like, anybody who buys it, you're just a shill-ass piece of shit. Like, bro, like the whole Nintendo thing, dude, I'm not joking. I saw literally like 15 videos today saying like, fuck Nintendo. And it's like, why, bro? They're making the console $450. And, it's like, dude, games were $50 for like 30 years. They didn't go up in price at all. While everything else was raising in prices, video games stayed consistently $50 since their inception, bro. Like, since like the early 1980s all the way up into like the 20-teens, games were $50, like 25 to $50, somewhere in that range. AAA games were $50, and usually the other games were like 25 to 30. That's how it always was. $49.95 was how much games were. $49.95. Like major, like Mega Man and Super Mario and all this other shit. $49.95. They were always that fucking price. Of course they're gonna go up in value. I'll admit, $80 and $90, $80 for a digital game and $90 for a physical copy, that is a little steep. But, dude, 100 years ago, a cup of coffee, a big-ass hamburger, a plate of fries, a cup of orange juice, and a cup of water was a fucking nickel. I don't see people bitching about Carl's Jr. that a number 10 at Carl's Jr. is $19 now. Like, bro, and these are the same people that will go drop $85,000 on a piece of shit gold trim Lexus that is gonna break down in 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, where is your logic, bro? And on top of it, dude, video games aren't a necessity. They are a major luxury. And as I've stated, yeah, that is a little steep. But if you don't like it, just wait like 30 days, and I guarantee it, like 90% of games that come out, they will go on sale. They will go on sale. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. To me, it just sounds like a bunch of spoiled fucking brats that are like, you, what? Like, find a different hobby, bro. I collect comic books, dude. Do you understand how expensive that is? Collecting comic books is fucking expensive, dude. $1,000 for a couple pieces of paper, dude. Like, what? What? But I don't complain about it. I'm not like, oh, that Incredible Hulk number 181, first appearance of fucking Wolverine, bro. I paid $600 fucking dollars. It's so bullshit, dude. I chose to pay that money. You don't have to pay that money. Nobody has a fucking gun to your head. Valhalla sold crazy numbers. Why would they ever move away from this new setup? Exactly. They tried to please old fans by adding the instant assassin kills and the shadow mechanics. But to be honest, it's the same as the past three before it. It is. It's that new open world element. They're moving away from that Hitman style of traditional assassin stealth type games because, you know, they're trying something different. They went a new direction, and unfortunately, they gained a lot of new fans, but they lost a lot of old ones. It's like you can't please everybody. Unless it's Nintendo, laugh out loud, their model is no sales until anniversary. And so, well, here's another thing that I don't understand either. The Switch, like, I saw hella people bitching about the original Switch. And it's like, bro, they sold like 450 million units, so somebody's full of shit. You know what I mean? Somebody is lying out of their ass right now. Because... you know what I mean? You have all these people whining, bitching, and complaining, but yet Nintendo Switch is one of the highest selling consoles of all time. It's like, bro, it's like, they're like, I got my goddamn wallet, stupid piece of shit, forcing me to buy the stupid Nintendo. Take my money, you piece of shit. And it's like, what? Dude. I don't understand. I don't get it. I personally just don't understand it. And it confuses me because the way that I look at it, and I understand that I'm kind of doing it right now. You know what I mean? That's why I'm going to end it after this. I had to get this off my chest because I couldn't believe that there are people out there that didn't understand we don't need vehicles to survive. Like, that shit blew my mind. Like, these people legitimately believe that humans could not survive without telephones, vehicles, hospitals, fire trucks, and ambulances. And I was like, what do you think the past 6 million fucking years were? Dude, like, what do you think the people in the Sudan are? What do you think the people in Nepal are? What do you think about all the Inuits in fucking Alaska and northern Canada? Bro, like, what about, like, a lot of places in Alaska you can't even get to with a fucking vehicle, bro. Like, you're riding in on horse or walking in. No planes, no boats, no cars. You're fucking walking in, dude. But they're an anomaly, I guess. Modern humans in the past 90 years have evolved. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, dude. I think that's what it is, Dom, is they don't understand that how, like, pampered they've been their entire life. You know what I mean? You know, like, I've heard you speak, and it's very apparent that you weren't, like, pampered, you know what I mean? Like, you've had to work in life and you've had to earn your way. You know what I mean? So, like, I know you understand what I'm talking about right now. Like, there was a point in my life where I walked to work every day. Like, because just that's what I had to. You know what I mean? Like, what happens to people that get DUIs and they can't drive anymore? I guess they just die. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't have a car anymore. You just might as well just go end your life right now. You don't have a vehicle. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. But, you know, at the same time, like, I used to be a very bitter person. Like, really, truly. I used to have hardcore jealousy problems. You know, if somebody got something that I wanted, those feelings of jealousy and anger would consume me. Like, I was a very nasty individual. You know what I mean? And then, like, I got sober and I started a family. And like looking back at my life, I'm so ashamed of a lot of the stuff that I did that it's like, I don't ever want to waste another minute of this very short, precious amount of time that I have on this planet. I really don't. I don't want to waste it being bitter at other people. I don't want to waste it hating other people. I don't want to waste it being angry with other people. Like, I just want to experience this world that this universe has allowed me to be a part of for this very, very less than the blink of an eye short period of time. You know what I mean? Because in all reality, the human lifespan is not long at all, dude. It's like in the eyes of the universe, bro, you are like a speck of dust in the desert when it comes to the amount of time that we're on this planet. And we only get one ticket to ride. That's it. So why would I spend that time being like, I'm gonna show them, yeah. If I don't like it, dude, I don't buy it. I don't participate in it. I don't associate with it. There is no time for that. And I understand misery loves company, dude. And I genuinely feel for the people that just scour the internet looking for shit to be angry about, dude. Like, I like legitimately pray for those people, because I wouldn't wish that feeling on my worst enemy. Just that feeling of like ultimate inner chaos where you just need strife and you need like tribulation. You know what I mean? Like, you just need that trivial anger to fuel you to get through the day. Like, it'll kill you. It'll straight up kill you. It will physically tear you down. And that is a fact. Like, the hormones and the chemicals that are released when you're like that, dude, tear your body down. It breaks down the materials in your joints. It causes like it's like it tears your muscles down. It increases fat gain. Like, it's incredibly horrible on your body, dude. It causes your skin to deteriorate, bro. It causes your hair to fall out. And I'm just like, bro, like, I understand somebody popping on the internet and just being like, hey, you know, I genuinely didn't like Assassin's Creed Shadow. That game was not for me. I didn't like anything about it. I wasn't a fan of the messaging that was said in the game. I wasn't a fan of the style of combat. Like, I get that. I understand that. That is an honest review. You know what I mean? Or people like, hey, this is what Ubisoft is doing right now, and I don't support it because I feel like it's screwing over a lot of their shareholders and a lot of their investors and a lot of their employees, right? And it's kind of like a shady ass business move, and this is why I choose not to support them anymore, because like me, you know, these are all blue collar workers, and I feel like we should stick together. I can respect that, but when you're on the internet being like, this stupid company is just, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, step back from the situation and look at the content that you are putting out. Nothing is positive. Nothing that you are putting out is in any way, shape, or form happy or positive or uplifting or anything. Like, that's what you are focusing on. You are focusing on nothing but the negative. And I don't know. I'm so thankful for fucking you guys, because like, you guys, Dom, like you and Happy and Winnie and Sniper and Mando, you know, and Kenneth, like the guys that come into my channel every day, you know what I mean? I am genuinely grateful for you guys, because every time you guys hop into my chat, we always talk about something positive and happy and and uplifting. You know what I mean? Like, it's never negative, and I genuinely look forward to that every day, because it's a moment where I can sit and I can clear my head and I can have a positive conversation or a real conversation. I'm not saying it all has to be like, I love this and I love that and la 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 la. You know, but I mean, but like a real conversation, like real dialogue, and not just like emotional vomiting all over the place. You know what I mean? Because that's incredibly important, dude. We as human beings are very social animals. And I feel like if a lot of us don't have that, you know, a lot of people snap and go insane.
今は奇跡を解放するための力が十分ではないようです。もっと多くの奇跡を見つけてください。
Either way, I don't know, man. I don't know. Either way, how far into what are you playing right now, Dom? Are you still just playing this right now, or oh, finally, dude. Never mind. Never mind. I thought it was gonna, man. Fuck, dude. None of this shit is even anywhere near the level that I am. I actually kind of like the way that one looks. I wonder if I can level that. Let's go see if I can use to craft gear from the Chaos Ridden set. It is, and that's one of the main reasons why I took this channel in the direction that I took it, was so I could have conversations with other people that were like me, because I live in a small community. The community that I live in is not a large community, and there are not a lot of people that are like me. There are a few, you know what I mean? And I still talk to them to this day. But they're just, you know what I mean? There aren't a lot of people in my community that appreciate the type of nerd I am, you know what I mean? And I've said that before, like, these guys are all like shotguns, dirt bikes, and football, and I'm like, yeah, those things are cool, like, I have nothing against them. I like video games, dude. I like video games, I like comic books, I like reading. You know, I like anime. Like, I just watched the new season of Invincible with my son. Like, that was really amazing. You know, we're going to sit as a family and watch the Last of Us Season 2. You know, we're really excited for that. I'm going to sit and watch The Handmaid's Tale with my wife. Once I finish this, I'm probably gonna bounce back and forth between Monster Hunter and AI Limit, because I was genuinely starting to get into Monster Hunter, which I didn't think I was gonna do. I thought I wasn't gonna like it, but I really started to get into it. he was saying, and a couple of my guy cousins were. Yeah, and you know that's what I mean. Like I can appreciate a cool ass truck, but to me, like, I never understood that, and I know it's a guy thing, and I can really appreciate like a cherried out '57 Chevy, or what is it? I may get this year wrong, like a '67 Camaro. You know what I mean? Or like Dom's car from the Fast and the Furious, like. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know what type of engine it has. I know it's badass. And I can appreciate stuff like that. Like, the only car that I could genuinely say that I'm like goo goo gaga over is the Bonnie and Clyde car. What is it? The 32 Ford or whatever. That's, for some reason, I just like that fucking car. I think it's so sick looking. But for me, cars are just a luxury that get me from point A to point B. You know what I mean? Like, I that's all they really are to me. I'll take that. And like I said, I can also appreciate the impact that cars have had on society as a whole as well. They're just not, like, I'm not going to go home and jerk off over a car, you know what I mean? Like, I know some guys that are like that. They're like, ugh, you got the camper kit, and you know, you got it all tricked out with the twin turbo. I'm just like, I just want a truck so I can tow my trailer and do more side work. That's it. See, I don't even know that. I usually have to have somebody with me when I go and get cars, just because I grew up with mechanics always around, so I never learned that shit. And the crazy thing was, so when I was real young and my real dad was a part of my life, every time I saw him on the weekend, my dad was a mechanic that was sponsored by Snap-on, and he always had this really cool Snap-on shit. And he always made me help him fixing cars, because that's what he did in his free time. He would fix people's cars for drug money and all that. And instead of making me do like math homework, and he would make me do math homework, like he would go and rent library. See, that's the thing, dude. My dad was a really good dad when I was young, but as soon as he started doing meth, it's like I just died in his mind, and he just could not give a fuck less about me. But when I was real young, like kindergarten was like the last time I spent quality time with him, he would go to the library during the week and he would rent out math books for like 6th and 7th and 8th grade levels. He would make me do that, and then he would make me learn all of the tools in his set. And the crazy thing was, my dad dipping on me had such a huge impact on my life. I blocked all of that information out. He used to sit there and make me learn like engine parts and like timing, and like what belts go where, and what engines have what, and what tools were used, and all that stuff. Like, he would make me learn all this and quiz me on it. But the last time I talked to him on the phone, he told me like I was, what'd he say? He said I was like a cockroach in his mind that he couldn't get rid of. And from that moment on, like, I just died inside, and I blocked all that information. So it was like I never even retained any of it. And from that moment on, I had no fucking interest in cars or anything at all whatsoever. Nope, because it reminded me too much of that time period of my life, and like screwed me up mentally bad. Sports are like that too. Like my second to oldest son is very heavily into traditional sports. You know, football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and it's incredibly hard because I want to be a part of his life and I want to do things with him and I want to hang out with him and I want to watch football games and stuff with him. But I spent a huge majority of my life going in and out of concrete cinder block bungalows that it almost like gave me PTSD because that's all these fucking dudes would watch. Is like Cops, Jerry Springer, Judge Judy, and sports. And that's it, dude. And that is it. So it was like Cops, which I never understood. I never understood why people in jail love watching Cops. It blows my fucking mind that, like, you don't get enough cops. They're all around us, bro. But Jerry Springer and Maury Povich and then Judge Judy, it was just like junk food TV and then football. And even to this day, it's so hard for me to sit through a football game because I start getting, you know what I mean? Like I'm just like, I'm ready for two Hispanic dudes to start fighting because one likes the Raiders and one likes the Niners. Or I'm waiting for some white dude to get pissed off because somebody talks shit about the Celtics and all of a sudden a brawl start. You know, it's just, yeah. But I mean, I don't know, man. One of these days, I'm not gonna craft any of this stuff yet. I'll wait. Actually, I want to see what sets I can craft right now. Craft sets. What sets can I craft? Because I do Devourer of Darkness. I do want to check this set out. So where the hell do I get the man-eating spider legs? Because I want to buy this armor, dude. Actually, is there an armor set? It looks like I may have to craft that set. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the, not the Ashen Wolf. The Fallen Lord, because the Fallen Lord is the only set with a spear so far. So what do I need? Fallen Lord's Claws. I have, I think, 4. Give me 1 second and I'll go check. Hold on. Gear. See, I like that spear better because it's got stamina recovery. There we go. Finally. Yeah, it wasn't working yesterday. Finally, dude. What is that? 768? There we go. Okay. You can only consume things that are higher level. Okay. 64. Shit. Okay, no, that doesn't work either. Swift attack, stamina damage increase. Oh my god, it is fucking 10:30. I gotta go to bed. No, I like both of those. I like both of those as well. no, defense is always good. I'll take that. And I like both of those. Okay. Okay, so he has a side mission. Let's go over here. Yeah. There we go. Dismantle. You know what? Hold on. That's okay. I want to 51, 54. Okay. Let's go see how many phantoms I have. Oh, I have 5. Well, I have access to 5, but I only have 3. I still need whatever that is and whatever that is to unlock those guys. Actually, let me go talk to the jar guy really quick. Even though I haven't found a jar figure in a while. I still need 5 more just to even get the fucking purple ones, dude. And those ain't gonna do shit for me. Look how high I am above them. And they do offer more. Like, they have fixed attributes along with rant. They have a fixed attribute, but at the same time, it's like, bro, why am I gonna drop 100,000 gold for that, dude? I might as well just save up for one of these guys right here, and even then, they're not as strong as what I have. That's insane. These right here are what I want. Okay, I'm gonna go set up the next area, and then I need to hop off for tonight. Such a bummer. Okay. Should be standing next to me. Oh, this area is miserable. Okay. Alright, you guys, I'm going to hop off. I need to go to bed. I want to thank all you guys for stopping by tonight. Dom, I always appreciate you when you stop by. Happy, thank you for stopping by. I'm having a lot of fun with this game, dude. I really am. See what? I don't see shit. Indeed. Same time tomorrow. But I need to take my ass to bed. It's already almost 11 o'clock. I should have went to bed an hour ago. But I was having too much fun talking with you guys. So, once again, thank you for stopping by. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to push through this game a little bit more. I might try to do some AI limit as well. But I do... Oh, really quick. So, I wanted to talk about this. This is the Collector's Edition. Well, this is the limited run. I'm going to do a full Collector's Edition on it. I have 3 of them that I have to do now. I have Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 4, and now this. So, it's not necessarily a collector's edition, but it's still a limited run. It's the Castlevania collection, the anniversary collection. It's got Castlevania, Castlevania 2, Castlevania 3, Castlevania 4, Bloodlines, Belmont's Revenge, the Castlevania Adventure and Kid Dracula. Very cool collection for the Switch. And I saw this, and it was sealed, and I started to film it. But when I cut the plastic off, I realized that I wasn't recording. I accidentally double tapped the record button. I haven't opened it yet though, so I will. I'll do that tomorrow, along with both of the Resident Evils, and then I'll get those loaded up for you guys so you can check them out. I also have the Space Marine 2 Collector's Edition coming, so I can't wait to get that one. It won't be here for a few days. But I really can't wait to crack that one open for you guys and get the Collector's Edition done on it. But I'm out of here. You guys have a fantastic, wonderful, happy, and safe evening. And hopefully I will catch you guys all again tomorrow with more The First Berserker. And maybe, I don't know, I may start watching Fallout or the new Daredevil with my son. So we'll see, but we'll at least get some more of The First Berserker in. Until then, you guys have a great night, and I will catch you guys all tomorrow. Peace.